Hi, everyone. I'm thrilled to join you today at World Loop. Thank you, Squarespace, for putting together this event and supporting the community. I'm really excited to be here today and talking to you. So I'm Meirav, and my business is Web Design. I started it at 2007, so quite a few years ago, and I've been working mostly with Squarespace since 2014. So in that time that I've run my business, I'm very proud of my client retention, which is very high, and loyalty. And even quite a few of my clients have become friends. So today I wanted to share with you my experience and my insights and how to keep clients happy and returning beyond the one project. So what we'll cover today is why client retention matters. What does a long-term relationship with a client could look like? How to position yourself as a long-term partner, and some strategies and what I do that you could adopt and achieve the same. So I'll start with what does long-term client relationship look like. And this is a typical client. This is actually an actual client, but I'm not disclosing who they are. But a client that I took on a project in 2009, built a new website. Back then, I did not use Squarespace, and it was a basic HTML coded website for this client. Throughout the years, I've provided them ongoing support. Obviously, there's no way for them to update their website themselves. So I was maintaining their website. Then in 2013 by then mobile versions came along. So I've developed a mobile version for the client, not a responsive website, but was still a mobile version, and still providing them with ongoing support. Then in 2016, they wanted to update their website. Their business progressed, changed. They wanted to also add a blog and manage some elements of a website themselves. So I've introduced Squarespace, and I've migrated their website plus a redesign to Squarespace. Still providing ongoing support and training along the way. Then came 2020, where many of my clients decided that they need more online functionality for obvious reasons. They wanted to maybe sell online or go online with membership or with, offering more online tools. So with Squarespace, I added functionality to this website. Still providing obviously ongoing support. And then fast track to today, 2025. They just want an upgrade and refresh. So they were on 7.0. So now I've upgraded them to 7.1 and provided, also a fresh look, training, and keeping them up to date with everything else that's required. So this is like how her journey could look like over the years. And I want to share you the steps that I take to keep in touch. It's important to remember that your clients, they want to focus on running their business. They don't want to know, what's new in Squarespace or industry trends. They want to sell cookies, to do their coaching, plumbing, whatever business they're experts on. They don't want to keep on top of everything else. So I feel like it's my job to keep on top of things and then let them know when they need to. So obviously not individually, but I let them know as a group. Sometimes if there is a trend or some element that I know a specific client will benefit for, I will contact them directly. But in general, I keep them in the loop about industry trends, platform and updates, and even design trends, things like that. So the first step in the relationship, establish a relationship, I call it, is when you launch the project. Saying thank you. So, appreciate your clients. For them, a lot of them tell me this is like having a baby because, the journey of building a website can take a few weeks and they're so proud of it. So I want to celebrate with them. And I think that's a good way to establish their relationship. I always send them at least an email with thank you. So beyond the invoice and a general thank you, like a more personal thank you. And a lot of times I actually make these cards. I have this platform that I use, and I do a screenshot of a website. This is a real example. And I send it to them, and they're really happy with that. The second thing that I like to do is to establish the relationship in terms of, do they want to maintain their website themselves, or do they want me to maintain it? So I always make sure that I offer them the training. I don't push it, because some of them really don't want training, and some want more comprehensive and other training. So I offer them the options. So either one-on-one training or just a quick online training. Some of them already familiar maybe with Squarespace. Sometimes I do an in-house session if it's a bigger team, and I teach all the admin staff who will manage the website. But the main thing is, like, the training is optional. I don't like to force it. They need to decide how the relationship will look like. So once we've done all that, then there is a few point of contacts for me to keep in touch. And the first one is a Facebook group that I've set up. And it's dedicated, it's only for my clients. So I only invite a client once a project is launched. And what I do is I just post, so it's only me posting. It's not like a forum. It's more a group where I post news, updates. So if I know about an update from Squarespace, I'll quickly send that in the group, or I'll share some tips or things like that. So just to keep them in the loop of things that are happening. And people really like that. I'm aware that not everyone is on Facebook, so that's not my main point of contact, but I probably have 50% of my clients that are in this group. So that's really useful for quick updates. That brings me to the emails. So this is for all my clients. Everyone is in my email list unless they unsubscribe. And I send quarterly emails to my database with interesting information for them. So the main thing to remember is not about me. It's not about promoting my business in these emails. It's about them, educating them and letting them know what's new. So, for example, in this email, as soon as I heard about product version 2 that's coming up, I wanted them to hear from me even before they hear from Squarespace that they need to change things on their website, because people freak out. So I wanted to show them that I'm on top of things, and I'll be in touch with them. Or things like reminding them to do a 2-factor on their Squarespace account. And in industry trends, I try and keep it quite, not too busy, maybe 4 or 5 things, because people really lose attention and with tech emails. So I make it friendly and always give them the option to contact me and ask me if they have any follow-up questions. Which brings me to being accessible. So one of the things that I hear a lot is that my web designer disappeared, or I'm too small for them. They never return my calls. That's one thing I hear a lot. So I really make sure that I want to be always accessible for my clients. They feel that they can call me for 5 minutes if they have a quick question, or if they email me with an update. And even if I'm really busy, I would say, look, I've received your email. I will get back to you soon. So just showing that you're there and give them attention. Sometimes a quick email or a quick 5-minute will solve their issue. Sometimes it's a bigger issue, but just really be generous. Like, I'm generous with my time, but I always maintain boundaries, obviously. But that's something I want them to feel that they can call me or contact me with when they need to. So co-working days, this is something that I started a couple of years ago. And this is because over the years, I always heard from my clients, yeah, we know how to update the website, but we never get around to it. This is last thing on our list. And then we accumulate, updates, and I don't have time to blog. So I came up with this co-working day concept. So it is a co-working day that I run, and it's only for my clients, and it's dedicated to work on your website. So what I do, I run them once a month, and they're quite casual. Obviously, people pay because for the room, and I provide catering. Sometimes they bring their own. Like, we really keep it quite flexible. And it's either a morning or a whole day. But what we do, we call it spend the day with your website and give it some love. And limit it to 7 people. And everyone brings their laptop and their to-do list, and I'm in the room to help them. So they want to brainstorm a blog idea, or they have a quick question when they update the website. So it's not a training session, and I'm not going to spend one-on-one with anyone. But in the group, everyone asks each other because everyone is in the same boat. And it's quite a good day. People really like it, and they feel like that people don't come every month, but they come every 3 months, and then they feel like they get to update their website and keep it fresh. And I think the fact that I'm in the room gives them confidence. So that's been working really well. But that's my casual co-working day. And I had actually people that heard about the casual working days because I put it on social media. And, I had potential clients that told me, I can't wait for you to do my website so I can do these days because, then I can keep my website up to date. So that was good feedback, I thought. Which brings me to the workshop, which is the last bigger thing that I do to help with clients. So that's like 2 to 3 times a year. I run a Squarespace dedicated workshop for my clients. Compared to the co-working day, this is more a structured workshop. It's a full day. I present about a topic. So I've surveyed my clients about topics that they want me to cover. And so I have a list of items. So let's say we had about blogging at the end of last year. Everyone asked about blogging. So we had like a blogging session when everyone brainstormed with each other about giving each other ideas for blogs, because it's all different businesses. So my clients came up with 12 titles for blogs throughout the year to schedule and that sort of thing. So they really enjoyed that. Or another one, a big one is SEO. I'm not an SEO expert, but I am, but SEO on Squarespace. So, talking about SEO, how to use it, especially the new tool, the AI tool. So everyone liked that. Or one about FAQs. No one had FAQs page. So we talked about, I presented about FAQ page and why is it important and what sort of questions to put. And then everyone set up an FAQ page and worked throughout the day, and they came out from the day with a new page on their website, which helped them. So people really like that. And it's if they like not only the being able to work on their website, but I think the community. So it's helps the retention and keeping customers happy. So in summary, just my tips: be proactive. Don't wait for them to come and ask you, do I need to update my website, or what about this? Like, be proactive and contact your clients on an ongoing basis. Offer them value, like advice and tips. Think long term. Think that you have a project, but this client can stay with you for a decade, and they can become a really big asset, for your business. And so think long term. And relationship takes time to build, but focus on building relationship. So this is it. If you're in Australia or anywhere, I'd love you to connect with me. I'm on LinkedIn, and you can scan here to find me. And I'll stick around in the chat if anyone has any questions. Thank you.